Hi, my name is Andrei Jikh. How are you? Doing good, I hope? Better than me? My week wasn't so good. Life. But I thought to myself, if I had a time machine and I could go back to the past, how would I make more money investing it? And the first thing I would do is I'd go back to the past and I'd spend my time with my grandparents, because life is short and you never know. And the most important thing about investing is having the choice, the freedom, and the time of spending it with the people we love the most. And then I thought to myself, it'd be cool to make a video that takes a hypothetical $100 or even more money, like the stimulus check that everyone is getting, and investing it into investments that hopefully you can follow along and see exactly what I'm buying to make more money in this recession, hopefully buying stocks that are recession proof, that are defensive, but also make us money. Because if you don't do that, you might potentially miss out on one of the biggest investment opportunities of a lifetime when the market inevitably recovers. Furthermore, and other words people only use in essays, I'm going to show you stocks that have paid their shareholders dividends through many decades and many recessions. Furthermore, in conjunction with, in other words people never use in actual conversations, I hope that this video inspires you. I hope you learn something, and at the very least, get a laugh at how much money I've recently lost in the last month. Yes, that is the actual number. Laugh it up, because later you're going to be crying about all the money you could have made in the stock market had you started investing. Also, please keep in mind, I know I say this in every video, but my integrity is very important to me. I'm not trying to push my investments on you or on anyone else. I'm not here to sell you Robinhood or Webull or any other brokerage. Please use whatever you are most comfortable with, and I'm not here to give you a free ebook or digital download or a course. I'm not here to sell anything, just showing you my progress. And if you think that I'm here to just be like,
ooh, I hope these people buy my stocks so they go up in value and I can sell them,
you would need like a million Andrei Jikhs to do that, because the stocks I talk about are mega billion-dollar market cap companies. And again, you would need many people like me to push that kind of a stock. And also, I'm not a licensed professional. I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm not a hedge fund manager. Just one guy here in Las Vegas who's totally insignificant and irrelevant. That is my disclosure to you. So first, let's start with the top stocks from each of the 11 sectors. These are the best of the best, the creme de la creme, that you buy and hold for life. The kind of stocks that make you glow up. You know what I mean? The kind of stocks that say, if you can't handle me at my worst, you certainly don't deserve me at my best. Because these are the kind of stocks that have continuously paid their shareholders money through thick and thin. And it is precisely this list that every company someday aspires to be a part of. And it is from this list that I've taken my favorite stocks that today, some of which I will be investing in right now. So starting off with everybody's favorite sector, the tech sector, my number one stock here that I absolutely love by far and away is Apple. Even though they have a dividend yield of only 1.26%, they've had a growth of a dividend of 10%, which is not bad, but they've been very difficult to buy under value. And right now they're fair price. There have been far worse times throughout history to own Apple. And for good reason. Not only are they good with their products, but they're good with their money, because they're always cash heavy, which means they're fiscally responsible, so they're doing the right thing. I own 32 shares worth, and even after the 30% market drop, I have more than doubled my money since I've started investing in Apple. 3-star price, 5-star stock. Moving on to the next sector is the telecommunications sector, and this is a darling of the dividend aristocrats list, and this one has paid uninterrupted dividends for 36 years straight. So I'm gonna spill the tea. There it was. That was the acronym, ticker symbol T, and the stock is AT&T. So, hello? Can you hear me now? Oh, that's Verizon's thing. So right now I have 103 shares of AT&T, but I'm down 13%. When I'm down 10% or more, I will consider buying more of that stock. But because I have 103 shares already, I'm gonna hold off until it becomes substantially cheaper, if it gets there, because I feel like I have enough of it. But in the last 5 years, they've only had a dividend growth rate of 2% or 4% in the last 20 years. But their dividend yield is a sky-high 7.23%. Now, if those numbers mean nothing to you, let me just break it down for reference. It's a lot. It's a big number. My dividend yield usually that I'll look for is 4%. So to have almost twice as much is great, especially considering their dividend safety score is 65, which is considered safe, and they have a price rating of 4 out of 5 stars. so it might be a good buy right now. Next sector is consumer discretionary, and it's called this because it's optional spending. It's discretionary, and usually these companies don't do too well in a recession when everyone is prioritizing not spending their discretionary income and just saving it. And this company is one of my favorites that I never got to own, and I've always wanted it, so I'm gonna buy it right now. But they have paid their dividends uninterrupted for 45 straight years. They've had a growth of 8% in the last 5 years, huge. 13% in the last year, huger. They've got a 3.1% dividend yield, solid, and a PE ratio well below its 5-year historical average. So this stock is something I gotta have, and that is McDonald's. Now they have a dividend safety score of 77, which is very good, and a fair value price of $205. The CEO just recently said that dividends are a paramount priority, which is what I love to see. That's the kind of commitment that we want, and I just don't see a world without McDonald's. Clowns will haunt our dreams forever, so clearly they're gonna stay in our hearts and our arteries. And the next sector we're gonna talk about is in the healthcare sector, and my favorite stock here has one big...
Johnson!
What did you say?
Johnson's calling you.
Hold on, my friend John's calling me.
It's gonna be fine. He has to keep it safe.
Sorry about that. I was gonna say it has one giant dividend safety score of 99, a dividend yield of nearly 3%, and a growth rate last year of 6%, which isn't bad until you realize they have paid their dividends to shareholders for over half a century. 57 years. And if you can get this stock for around $100 or anything under, you will do incredibly well. But even if you buy it right now at fair value, you will still do incredibly well. But if you want a bargain and you want a deal, then look at a stock called AbbVie. It's not an aristocrat, but still not a bad company to own. I own 20 shares. Next up is utilities, which is exactly what it sounds like. They're the utilities that we have to pay every single month. And the one that I'm invested in is an electrical utility, which is PPL Corporation, with a dividend yield of 7.23%. The catch is that they're not a dividend aristocrat, but they have paid uninterrupted dividends for 20 years, which is still a very long time. They've got a dividend safety score of 75, which is good, and I've got 42 shares paying quarterly. Also, you can look into Duke Energy, which has been around since 1904, which to me, if a company's been around for over a century, that's just crazy to me. But something to look into. They're trading under a fair value of $95 right now. Another stock to consider diversifying into, but they've only been paying dividends uninterrupted for 12 years. Not quite as long, but not a bad track record either way. They have a dividend safety score of 80, so something to look into. Next up is the financials sector. Now, unfortunately, this entire industry is ripe for disruption because it is an old legacy system. We're still using these old ATM machines. We're still paying money to send money to our loved ones overseas. It just doesn't make sense. So in the next 10 or 20 years, if they don't innovate, if they just continue to keep collecting fees from us by just us using money, they're going to be disrupted, whether it's by cryptocurrency or by some other app. And unfortunately, not many companies in the finance sector are trying to innovate. But we do have apps like M1 Finance, Robinhood, Webull, Get Your Free Stocks, and they're trying to push the envelope, but that's not enough. Still, at least one company that I know of is, and that company is ACCENTURE. Now on paper, they don't sound too impressive with only a dividend yield of 2%, which is roughly half of what I look for, but their dividend safety score is 92, which is very safe, very good. But get this, their growth rate of their dividend in the last year has been 42%. And on top of that, they have a modest payout ratio of only 26%. That means of all the money that they earn, they only pay out 26% of it to people like you and I, the shareholders. That means there's a lot more room for their dividend to grow in the double-digit rate. And I would rather invest in a company with a lower yield that has insanely massive growth potential rather than an old company that's getting 6 to 7% dividend yield that isn't innovating at all. Because we're smart. Next up is the industrial sector, and I own a ton of stocks here like Emerson Electric, W.W. Grainger, 3M, United Technologies, but today I'm gonna invest in something else because I'm something of a scientist myself. Because I gotta catch them all, I'm the Pokemon master. Today I wanna buy GD, which is General Dynamics. Now, if you're younger, you probably haven't heard of this stock. It's not as popular as Apple, but these guys are the big guns. They make business jets, combat vehicles, submarines, tanks, communication systems. They are the big guns with the top secret government projects, and they have a dividend yield of 3.44%, which is good. And in the last year, they've grown their dividend by 10%. But they're about as a defensive investment as you can get because their dividend safety score is 97, which is very good. Grandiddy, General Dynamics. Love it. Next up is materials. Not the hypest sector of the stock market, but one that you should own anyway. My favorite here is ticker symbol LIN, or LIND. Now, they make and ship gases all over the world. Carbon dioxide, helium, nitrogen, hydrogen, all sorts of rare gases. Calm down, that was a sound effect. Now, I own 10 shares at 2.35% dividend yield, and they have grown 6% in the last 5 years, which is pretty average. They have a lower payout ratio of 48%, which is room to grow for their dividend. They have paid uninterrupted dividends for 27 years and a dividend safety score of 99. Rock solid. And next up is another crowd favorite, and that is the real estate sector, or REITs. Now, REITs are taxed as ordinary income rather than dividend income, so something to keep in mind. But my favorite REIT was created in 1969. Great year. Actually, I have no idea what happened in 1969, but they did start with an investment in Taco Bell, which oddly enough, don't know why, but I absolutely love Taco Bell, but will not eat unless there's a bathroom within a 10-foot radius. Now, this company has also paid 25 years of uninterrupted dividends, which makes them a dividend aristocrat with a dividend yield right now of 6.13%, which is good, but their dividend growth in the last year has only been 3%, which isn't too good. But this company's name is O Realty. It's a crowd favorite. Everyone loves O Realty as a REIT, and REITs are one of my favorite investments just because I don't have to deal with owning physical property, but REITs have the highest quality tenants because the people that rent from them are large corporations and businesses. So it's awesome. I own 47 shares of O Realty. And the next sector is the energy sector, and the two giants that rule the world here are Chevron and ExxonMobil. I have both of them in my portfolio, and they have both lost me a ton of money, and I continue to keep buying more and more of these stocks because I don't think oil is going anywhere anytime soon. They're both very cyclical businesses, or geopolitical, which is a fancy word of saying they are political. But luckily, Russia and Saudi Arabia have agreed to stop playing chicken with oil's prices, and as a result, both stocks have gone up 10%, which is a good sign. But of the two, Chevron has continued to pay dividends for 32 years uninterrupted, and right now their yield is 6.78% with a safety score of 65, which is considered safe. But ExxonMobil, on the other hand, has been paying it for 37 years with a dividend yield of 8.61%, but a safety score of 55, which is borderline safe. Either way, ExxonMobil, a little bit higher risk, higher reward. Chevron, a little bit more defensive and a little bit safer. So we'll see how it all plays out. My bags are heavy and I'm crossing my fingers. And the last sector is arguably one of the most popular, if not the most popular sector of all, and that is consumer staples. This is a very defensive kind of an investment because these companies sell products that we buy regularly. We don't really think about them. We just consistently buy them all the time. This is by no means what you should do first. It's just my opinion for a stock that I think everyone should own right away, and that is Pepsi. A very defensive investment with a dividend safety score of 93, 8% dividend growth rate in the last 5 years, 3% dividend yield, all really good numbers. They've been around since 1965, and they have paid their shareholders for 47 straight years of uninterrupted dividends. You just can't go wrong with Pepsi. Andrei, I only have $100. Should I buy just one stock with that $100, or should I diversify it and spread it across these 11 different companies? What's better? And the answer is, you should diversify it into the 11 different ones. That way you can be exposed to a a platitude to make me sound smarter of all these different industries, so you're not relying on just one. And once I've bought all of those stocks, the next thing I will do is go inside my spreadsheet and I will plug in the ticker symbol, the amount of shares, and what the price is, and the rest is automatically populated. It'll show me exactly what the price is, the ex-dividend date, the scheduled payment date, how much I'm gonna get paid annually, how much this adds, maybe in different currencies if that's something what you're into. Don't forget to sign up to Webull, fund at any dollar amount or $100 to qualify for one free stock worth up to $1,400. Get another free stock with Robinhood or not, that's free money right there. Follow me on Instagram. Love each and every single one of you. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.